Hello everyone and welcome to my F1 2017 career mode. Boy, that feels good to say. Finally, after more than being a week late, I finally got the game and we can start on with the career mode. You can see we are meeting our agent Emma Jenkins. She gives us our contract and talks us through a few things for our future F1 career. And she sends us straight into practice number 1, our first outing with our new 2017 Sauber F1 car.
We're about to join the action in what is sure to be an interesting practice session here in Melbourne. It's not long until we get the session underway and we'll have some cars appearing out on the track. Now then, Anthony Davidson, we've had some really strategic races over the past couple of years, thanks to the current 3-tyre compound system, and of course the groundwork for all those strategies comes from the free practice sessions like this one. So what do you think of the current tyre regulations?
Well, they've created some, I wouldn't say exciting necessarily, but certainly interesting races. There have been a lot more questions around, like how long can someone stay out on this set, or they have to pace to catch another car if they suddenly bolted on a set of ultra softs, things like that. When everything comes together, we end up with multiple cars nose to tail on different tyres, all fighting for track position. So on the whole, it's definitely been a positive step, I feel, for the sport.
As you can see, we're wasting no time jumping straight into the track acclimatization program. We are on course to get full 50 resource points for a purple score. You can see only 4 green gates, everything else purple. We absolutely smashed it. Purple score, 50 resource points, fantastic result from the track acclimatization program, and we now jump on to the race program. You can see here our first lap was very good. We did a green. I don't think you can get a purple for a one lap only. So yeah, this is our second lap and we get another green, and we're gonna complete the third lap now, and we're gonna finish and get full 50 resource points, purple score. Another very good practice program for us, and we now jump on to the qualifying pace program. We are on course to get another purple score. You can see 3/10 up on the target time, and yes, we beat the target of 17th place. We get purple score, and now onto the fuel saving program, which was definitely the most hardest one for me, and I only got the green score for now. Now it's time to meet our R&D chief. I don't know what is it exactly. He's called Chris. Time to meet him now.
You got my message. Perfect. Welcome to home away from home. We get more real-time data from the factory now than ever before, and it all comes through here. So I have to spend more time checking over the reports and less time hunting you down in the hospitality suite. To that end... Sorry, just a sec. Yeah, Chris, is this important? I'm in the middle of something. Okay. Right. Well, that makes no sense. Have Sarah reset the simulation and run it again. Okay. Sorry about that. As I was saying, we've set up a desk for you at the front here. You can get onto the network from your laptop, so make sure to check the R&D screen regularly. And let us know how you want to use the data that we've collected over the weekend and through the practice programs. Also, bear in mind that the news from the factory won't always be good. Sometimes tests fail, like you've seen just now. And when that happens, we have to divert additional resources to fix it. C'est la vie, I'm afraid.
So we met up with our R&D chief, which is Chris, and he introduces us to the resource point, to the R&D tree, which we're gonna see in a minute. I don't have a uni degree, so I don't know if I will be able to understand this whole R&D tree. You can see here the power unit components, the gearbox components as well, and let's check the R&D tree. Wow. We're gonna jump straight probably into the chassis. I don't know, chassis or downforce. What should we do first? I think we're lacking more than in chassis, but I'm not sure. I'm also thinking of doing the durability upgrade as well, because I've seen from other people career modes that Sauber is using their components quite a bit. So I'm gonna probably get the durability upgrades. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna do it. Yeah. Let's purchase it. 500 resource points is worth it for the durability upgrade. And you can see here the other parts upgrade. You can see also the chassis part of the RD3. We're gonna purchase the weight reduction upgrade for the chassis. It's gonna cost us 1000 resource points. It's gonna come for Bahrain. And what are these things for? Chassis factory efficiency and upgrade quality control. I'm gonna get that. It means less percentage of chance for failing parts, so that's good. I'm gonna get it. I don't want my parts to fail. I definitely don't want my parts to fail. I mean, we're so far behind. We're so far behind on chassis side compared to the other teams, so I don't want my upgrades to fail. I really want to catch up, because you see Aero like Haas and teams like that are not quite much ahead, but on the chassis side of things we're really behind all of the other teams, so we really want to push on the chassis side of things. And also the engine, if you guys forgotten, we're using a year-old Ferrari engines. And you can see now that I'm doing something interesting here in the power unit components thing. I'm gonna swap all the engines, get a penalties, because I was so demoralized from the results from practice that I basically just decided I was gonna be 19th or 20th anyway. I just decided, fuck it, excuse my language, let's just use our OR components, get a penalty, start last, which means there will be no qualifying, and we'll jump straight into the race for the Australian Grand Prix.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Kimi Raikkonen's perfect lap yesterday sees him start from pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas and Ricciardo, Stroll, Kvyat, Perez and Carlos Sainz, Grosjean, Magnussen, Jolyon Palmer and Alonso, Van Dorn, Massa, Nico Hulkenberg and Esteban Ocon, Wehrlein, and a Sauber rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So here we are on the grid for the Australian Grand Prix. It was a good thing we didn't do qualifying. It was raining, so we're gonna start last anyways. But we are now on the grid, ready. We see the 5 red lights for the Australian Grand Prix. The lights are all on. It's lights out. Away we go. Decent start compared to our Esteban Ocon ahead of us. Our teammate Pascal Wehrlein got a pretty good start. We're still into P20. We're gonna brake later. We're gonna go up the inside of a few cars. We're up into P16 side by side with Massa. We make an ever so slight contact twice, and he's gonna out drag us with his Mercedes engine. How did we not lose our front wing there? It's beyond me. But we still go up the inside of Massa into P16, right behind the McLaren Honda of the Belgian Stoffel Van Dorn. We lost the back end a bit going on to the big curb, but we're still in P16, right behind Stoffel Van Dorn. We're gonna go up the inside into the braking zone. He broke so early for this corner, and I literally I had no other chance than to make this move, and we're up into P15 behind another McLaren Honda of Fernando Alonso, the two-time world champion. And with his Honda engine, he's gonna be another easy pass going into the quick left right there at the start of sector 3. We squeeze him and we're up into P14. Go onto the AstroTurf a little bit, but that doesn't harm us too much. Up into P14, but the problem is that the pack is already starting to go away from us, and we're in the Sauber, so it's very unlikely for us to be catching them. And as you can see at the start of lap 2, it's Felipe Massa going past us into turn 1, and he is in P14 as we have a virtual safety car. Someone has retired. They didn't quite see who, but someone has retired behind us, probably because, yeah, we were from P14 to 15 and we didn't lose another place. So yeah, as you can see now, the virtual safety car is over and we go up the inside of Felipe Massa. He was caught napping, I think, from us, and we're up into P14 once again, ahead of the Williams of the Brazilian, who was supposed to be retired for this season. And you can see Fernando Alonso out of this race, another retiree from this race. His Honda engine, I suppose, has blown up. I mean, what else could it be really? McLaren Honda. But yeah, you can see here a replay, which is later on in the race. I'm not sure which lap to be exact, but you can see Felipe Massa right behind us, right on our gearbox. You can see very, very beautiful helicopter shot, and you can see Massa. Oh, that's not Massa, that is for the Force India Festival Ocon. Sorry, that's my mistake. But he is right behind us. Is he gonna make a pop down the inside into this corner? No, he's gonna wait better of it. But he is in our slipstream now. He's gonna be very, very eager to make this move because he don't want to be slowed down by us in this Sauber. He's much quicker than us with this Mercedes engine. You can see now he's in our slipstream. He goes up the inside. We're gonna go side by side into the quick left right. We're gonna just about leave him enough space. He cuts the corner there. We have to cut the second part of the chicane just to be able to go side by side with him, and we somehow stay ahead of him into P14. He's gonna try and go around the outside. We block the outside line and we somehow manage to stay ahead into P14. But he is going to be very, very eager to make the move once again on the start finish straight. As we go wide, we make a mistake. He's gonna have DRS and slipstream. We try to push him on the outside. He's gonna have the DRS. He's gonna be better on the straight line than us. Will he make a pop up the inside? No, he won't, as this camera angle doesn't really help me to see what is going on. But Esteban Ocon still on our back. Is he gonna make another try into this turn 3? No, he doesn't. He sticks back. He's gonna think probably better of it as we now cut on to the end of lap 7, start of lap 8 on the start finish straight. Esteban Ocon with DRS and slipstream, easy pass for him. We try and go up the inside, didn't almost make contact, but didn't making contact. But Esteban Ocon got us for P13, and Felipe Massa also got us for P14. We're gonna try and stick it back up the inside of the Brazilian in the Williams. We banked us ever so slightly, but we still managed to stay in P14 ahead of the Williams. But we lost the place to the Force India, and we're gonna have to be battling the Williams for P14 now. Bit unfortunate we lost the place to Force India so easily, as that was, I think, Lance Stroll coming out of the pits as we're battling Felipe Massa. So yeah, it was Lance Stroll coming out of the pits. We're up into P11 at the end of lap 9. You can see now later on that lap it is Felipe Massa trying to go round the outside of us into that left right chicane. So most of this action in this race will be in this chicane. Here we go, switch back move up into the inside into the next corner. Will we be able to stick it up the inside of Felipe Massa? Yes, we are. We're back up into P11, and you can see here there's a big battle behind the two Toro Rossos, the McLaren Honda of Stoffel Van Dorn, and that is also the Haas of Romain Grosjean right behind us, as this is also the Frenchman in the Haas, Romain Grosjean, trying to go round the outside. Didn't quite make it done. We squeezed him out the outside, and we still hold that P11 for now. Grosjean tries to go round the outside. We squeeze him once again to the outside, and once again we stay in our position P11 ahead of the Frenchman in the Haas. Behind him, this is the Williams of Felipe Massa, I think, and there's a Toro also, and also the McLaren Honda, the only McLaren Honda left in this race, which is Stoffel Van Dorn. Will Grosjean make another move into this corner? No, he thinks better of it. He's gonna probably wait for the slipstream on this straight before the quick left right at the start of sector 3. I was being very vulnerable in this part here with my slower engine. Will Grosjean make a pop? No, he won't. He's gonna stick behind me. He's gonna probably wait for the next corner. He will get slipstream, so he will be very, very dangerous for us. But now this is lap 13. We go into the pit lane. Tire wear was very, very poor at this moment of the race. We go into the pit lane. We're gonna change from the super soft tire to the soft. We're gonna try and go to the end of the race with the yellow tires. And let's see. This is the first time I do the manual pit engage. Like when you pull out of the pit manually, it doesn't really, isn't really something different than the race start. And then the pit limiter as well. I press the pit limiter button a bit later, but we still don't lose too much time. We're into P17. We're gonna have to push like animal to make sure that the guys that were behind us don't pull off the overcut now that they're not in our dirty air. So we're gonna have to push very, very hard. And you can see here later on in that lap, we're on the start-finish straight. Daniel Kvyat is out of the race, as there's the McLaren of Stoffel Van Dorn going right behind us. So we managed to stay ahead of the McLaren of Stoffel Van Dorn. This is good. And he has cold tires right now, so we have a bit of a chance to pull away from him. 14 laps to go at this moment, but we pulled in front of the McLaren Honda Stoffel Van Dorn, which is a good thing, as we now have yellow flags. DRS is disabled, and there is virtual safety car. Someone has retired. Don't know who. There are 16 runners left. We're 15 behind our teammate Pascal Wehrlein. So it probably is something to do with Stoffel Van Dorn. Maybe he retired from the race. I don't know, but as you can see, we decide to pull into the pit lane and go on to a set of ultra soft tires. Kimi Raikkonen is out of the race also. Oh, I believe he was leading the race, but Kimi Raikkonen out of the race whilst leading the race. And we pit for the ultra soft tires. Our teammate, unfortunately, we have to double stack, so he's gonna lose time. He's gonna be behind us, and yeah, that is a bit unfortunate for Pascal. He's gonna lose a lot of time, but he's probably gonna catch up to us. I mean, we have nothing to fight for in this race, so we're gonna probably just run conservative to the end of the race, as we now see that we cut on to lap 22 out of 29. We have once again yellow flags. DRS is disabled. Third virtual safety car in this race. I don't know what is it called for. I believe it was maybe Nico Hulkenberg out of this race. I think it was. I'm not quite sure right now. But you can see once again the virtual safety car in this race. Third for this race. We are in P14. Behind us is Pascal Wehrlein. So there's another car behind Wehrlein. I don't know which is it. As we now cut on to lap number 28. You can see Lewis Hamilton has won the race. We've been lapped by him, and we've been going so slowly after the third virtual safety car, just trying to save the components from our engine. And yeah, you can see our teammate Pascal Wehrlein is the McLaren Honda Stoffel Van Dorn, so he hasn't retired. It wasn't him who called the second virtual safety car. And yeah, you can see they've called us pretty damn quickly on this last for us lap of the race. But yeah, as I said, we've been going at the snail speed, just trying to save the components of the car and just go to the end of the race. And you can see there is someone retired as we go to P13. So someone has retired on this last lap of the race, as we just continue to go snail speed during the last corner as well. There is Daniel Ricciardo right behind us going to lap us. Doesn't matter, we finish in P13 in our first race of the season for Sauber.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Let's give it to Esteban Ocon. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes move to the top of the table. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
That was it, guys. That was the first race of the season, the Australian Grand Prix. As you can see, we finished in P13. Lewis Hamilton won the race ahead of Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen. Surprisingly, Kevin Magnussen in the Haas got P4. Esteban Ocon, who was behind us, managed to get P6 after being so far behind the field. And yeah, it wasn't a bad race. We beaten our rivals, our teammate, and the McLaren and the sole McLaren Honda running in this race, Stoffel Van Dorn. So I'm quite happy. And yeah, it wasn't a bad race. And yeah, we got a good amount of resource points to help us. We're not gonna be able to make another upgrade, but we already made 2. So yeah, we're gonna wait for that. The durability upgrade should come the next race at the Chinese Grand Prix, and the chassis weight reduction upgrade should come at the Bahrain Grand Prix, which is the third race of the season. And yeah, that's been the race. You can see here the rivalry update. Pascal Wehrlein is leading the rivalry, and in the team approval you can see we've gained quite a bit on the McLaren Honda. Others have stayed the same. They've gone down a bit because we didn't take part in quali, but that doesn't bother me too much. I'm sure we will bring them back up. And as you guys probably should know, I mean, this is the Charles Leclerc career mode. We're gonna aim to go to Ferrari in a season or 2 time. You can see this is our career score, and our agent has something for us now.
This is Jonathan. He's going to let you drive some of his cars.
Well, not quite my cars, per se. It's a mere detail. You know, I'd really rather be down there racing them myself, to be honest. I'm actually quite handy behind the wheel, but it's the downforce, those lateral Gs, you know? The old neck can't really handle it. So I need a pro. That's where you come in. We run in a bunch of events throughout the year. Time trials, races, all sorts. And I have it on good authority that you have the ability and temperament to do well in these. Make our business look good, and most importantly, bring the cars back in one piece. So consider this a formal invitation. I'll see you at the track.
So yeah, that has been Jonathan. He invited us to drive some of his cars, but that is gonna happen in the next episode. I'm gonna do a separate episode only of the classic cars. So yeah, guys, that has been this video for today. If you enjoyed it, please do hit the like button, comment down below what your thoughts of it, share the video if not too much to you, subscribe to the channel if you're around here, and I will see you on the next race. Goodbye.